I'm going to do an overview video now for the HiWatch 3 megapixel hybrid range of DVRs. This video actually will cover the 4, the 8 and the 16 channel version that are available in this, because it's exactly the same equipment and the same interface, all the rest of it. So we're just going to cover it all, and we'll have a whole series of videos within this range that will cover everything from setting up the app on your phone, to adding a hard drive, to doing recording, to playing back, etc. like that. So it'll be very, very comprehensive, and just what we're known for here at freetv.ie. So what I'm going to start off and say is that it'll always come in an out box like this. For all the models of it. It has a user manual here that's in English and a CD. It has a mouse and it has cables here for adding on an internal hard drive. But typically we'll say for the 4 channel we'll be using something like 1 or 2 terabyte. For the if we went on to the 8 channel, probably 2 terabyte or more would be more common, and the 16 way certainly won't be getting into 4 terabytes plus for something like that. We have the power unit here. It's 12 volts, 1.5 amps, and it comes with a 3-pin plug. And then we have the main event here, which is the DVR. So we can see the front of the interface here. It's very straightforward. If we come along here, look at the back, we'll see that we have 4 BNC connections here, each bringing leads picture from the cameras themselves. We have a HDMI or a VGA output, both give high definition pictures. So obviously VGA normally with straightforward monitors, and HDMI can be run directly to a TV. And then what we'll have here is, I've just added in a little dongle here for adding in a wireless mouse, which you'll be using for video demonstration here, with the power input here as well. Okay, there's a LAN connection here. In some of the models will talk a little bit about the ability to add on IP and things like that, but I'll mention that at a later point, and why it's best to view these really just as DVRs as such. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly demonstrate behind, just to use this opportunity here. This is the 8-way version. You can see it's identical in every way, except we're coming along here, which have 8 inputs on it as well. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is I'm just going to grab the power unit I have and plug this directly in. We'll power it up. We'll hear an initial beep here now in a moment. And what I have here is I have a HDMI lead, just going to plug it in. And then finally I have camera here set up. I'll demonstrate it there, and I'm going to need to have it powered already, etc. All I really need to do at this particular point in time is to get the BNC connection here and connect it in directly onto the back of the unit. So then we should have picture output in the next few moments here. I'll just move on this out of the way slightly so I can just get set up and running here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to scroll down here as far as exit, okay, and exit, and I'll say yes. Okay, so if you buy, you can see the camera set up here, it's coming up automatically. If you buy the DVR directly from us with no hard drive, it'll simply come out and you'll be asked to set up a password, etc. If you were after ordering a hard drive with the DVR itself, you'll have to open up the hard drive, put it in, and that means setting up the passwords, all the rest of it. So what we'll have is a sheet included in it, and normally we're using a password TV 123456, and then the swoosh will be showing on the actual bubble screen. It's just an L shape. Okay, so what I can do here is I can just maximize that, and we can just have a quick look, and it's giving us some idea what 3 megapixel will look like on it. So one of the great things on this particular MVR is, or a DVR, is that it's looking at the technology that's coming into it, and it's saying, oh, I see this as TVI or it's AHD or whatever technology they're using. It's automatically adjusting. So it's intelligent in terms of it's looking at signal coming in, detects what it is, and knows what input the camera is there on it. So we even had a mix of technologies in terms of AHD, TVI and CVI, all coming in together. All of them will be displayed at the one time. Okay? If we come along now, and we just do right click here, and I'll say I want to go into the main menu. It'll say what's the password, and we've set this up ourselves, and we're directly in here. So if we had a hard drive added, I'm just going to mention here, if you bought this with no hard drive added, you would now be somewhat annoyed by the fact the DVR itself will beep on a regular basis, and it beeps for a very good reason. It beeps because Normally, if you're not detecting a hard drive, you're not recording, and that'll be a bad thing if you have a CCTV system for recording crime or whatever like that. So there's no ability to play back. So what we've actually done is we've gone in and turned the beeping off, and we have a second video in there, a very extensive video range on how to turn the beeping off on this feature here. So we have playback, recordings, export, take it out and export it off normally onto a USB stick. Do a search functionality. There's a manual thing here, so we can come along and how we want to set it up. That's the menu to use. The hard drive here, we've no hard drive added, but if we did, we'd see the size of it here, we'll be able to reformat it or format it for the first time we're adding it on. So we'll just do back again. When we go to record here, we'll see the recording functionality here. It's pretty cool. It's set up automatically for continuous recording, and we can set it up on the camera that we want to have it on. So it will obviously have a choice of things. Our ability to name cameras is there, and so we just went into this menu here. Actually, we'll see we have any one of the cameras there, or ability to grab in a D1 camera there as well, and then enable the scheduling there, and we can do continuous event, motion alarm, and some miscellaneous underneath here. So we just go back there, and there's further ones in there that'll be covered in more detail in further videos. We have the cameras itself, the configuration, the maintenance mode, so we can just see some system information, things like that. It's useful, and then we're into the shutdown here as well. We can actually shut down the DVR itself. So we'll just exit back out, and we'll click back in here. First thing we'll see here is that we're single camera on here. We can flick through it, and we've arranged different options and settings here. And we'll just go 2 by 2, just pull it back like that. And again, we want to work further down. We're into auto switching, start recording, etc. Now, it's 2 things I'm going to say to you here that we see further down the menu here is, in general, I would say the IP thing on it, really, we have NVRs and all the rest of it here. If you're mixing technologies like that, I wouldn't be a huge fan of it, although there's some certain capabilities there in relation to it. And so use the DVR as a DVR, particularly this price range. We have more complicated, far more expensive ones, and it'll work better, and you'll get better support in relation to it at that price point. When it comes down to the PT-Z again, there's no RS485 in the back of this, but they have standardized software across, so sometimes you can have it, and it could be relevant, we'll say, a little bit if you were doing NVR things where you wouldn't need that. You could do the IP-wise. So the straightforward setup is easy on it. In terms of the hard drives in it then, it's pretty easy to slot them in directly there, and we have a full range of both PC and surveillance rated hard drives going from, I think, 500, 100, 1 terabytes, they're probably the smallest now, up to about 8 terabyte is the latest in our range, I believe. In terms of what app to use and how easy it is to set up, we're going to have a video covering that, but we have the Hit Connect app is the way to go, right across the range. And that's one of the great things about HiWatch by Hikvision, is what they've done is they've put a huge amount of effort into standardizing apps, getting apps that work well, and then doing it. So what we want to do here is we're going to have it set up, working fast and easy for people, and we'll be able to do that there, because that can really be the stumbling block for a lot of people generally when they're buying and purchasing things. Everybody wants to do it from their mobile phone, and how to be able to do that. You'll obviously need to be connected to the internet, but after that then the actual setup is extremely fast and easy. So that's it anyway, an overview of the HiWatch range of 3 megapixel hybrid DVRs, covering 4.8 and indeed 16 can be an option as well. So all available with free delivery directly from freetv.ie.